Kakuma Refugee Camp was established in 1991 when thousands of the lost boys and girls from South Sudan and Sudan arrived in Kakuma following violent conflict in the south and north. Over the years, the camp has started accumulating refugees from different parts of the world, and currently the camp has about 14 nationalities. Among the larger populations, women count half of the population, while 55% of the camp population are children. The Women Empowerment Life Skill Training was a program which started in Kakuma Refugee Camp by Punya Foundation in collaboration with Kanere News. Kanere News is an independent refugee media organization in the camp that does issues on media and news coverage. The life skills training was to empower women and girls who are the victims of sexual and gender-based violence in Kakuma Refugee Camp. The issue of women, as in gender, is been slowly tackled by the humanitarian issues in relation to women's rights and their sensitization on their rights. Therefore, this could be a right full time to assist the women and girls who have suffered sexual and gender-based violence to have their stories being told to the wider world by having a workshop whereby they are trained on how to tell their stories, and also to enable them to speak for their rights, because it's more virtual when someone speaks for himself than others speaking on behalf of other people. This training on life skills, women empowerment, will focus on their rights and helping them to realize to tell their stories. Women are always the victims of sexual and gender-based violence, the domestic violence, and other forms of violence that occurs in a close quarters while people live in refugee camps. This training was conducted by volunteers and members of the Kanere News and other potential supporters who are also refugees. In this training, smaller groups are formed where women are selected to lead smaller groups that could help to tell the stories. During these workshops, women came up with different issues pertaining problems they suffer while they live in the camps. Among them are domestic violence and other forms of gender-based violence, including rape, defilement, wife beating, exploitations, and violations on their rights like exploitation and other forms of favors. During this training, the workshop was so much welcomed by women and the women community leaders who eagerly participated in telling their stories and really wishing to have more training to be conducted in the future.
Who tried to favor the girl by giving her size 5.
In such storytelling, they will also have an opportunity to write down their stories, where the stories are to be assisted by volunteers who are running the workshop to help them write their own stories for the possible publication. We are looking forward to have the women's stories collectively being published and to help them resolve their misery.